How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and in today's episode... Oh, that's right, I was supposed to look something up. You know, I wish I could just, I don't know, boot up a menu and it would tell me what I'm doing, or it would, even better, recap the last thing that have been said. That's actually something Danganronpa had in the game, where I could actually bring up the last spoken lines in case I missed one. Here I can't really do that. Also, another cool feature Danganronpa had, and if I pressed L1, all the HUD elements would disappear, meaning I could take really nice screenshots in the game. Wish this game had that, but it doesn't. Still somehow managed to make screenshots of those very few frames when there's nothing on the screen. And you know what? I was supposed to persuade Gumshoe to fucking let me into the chief's office, but I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to go. I mean, how am I supposed to convince him? I showed him every single piece of evidence I have, which is a lot of these fucking pieces of evidence. I got like 3 pages of them. It's ridiculous. It's like a real fucking case. I talked to him about everything. I examined everything, talked to all these 2 fucking dorks. My only clue is to go somewhere else. Maybe talk to someone else. I think I received some new shit, so perhaps I can actually... See, I got new stuff in my... But Lana's really fucking dead set on not saying a single word to me. Well, she is saying a single word to me, but none of it is very important. So that's it as well. I don't really have anything to say to her. Well, Star is here. Maybe she can tell me something. She's got nothing else to tell me. Why do I feel like we're approaching the end of this game? Which would be nice if we actually did approach the end of this game, because I would at least be sure. Because, man, this game is going for way longer than I expected it to actually go on. The picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Scan's office. Damn it, we fucking talked to him about that. Yeah, then he told us a stupid fucking story about the origin of the Chinese symbols for the words contradiction. It's a combination of a symbol for con and dick. Contradiction. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what to fucking talk to anybody about anything. It honestly starts to fucking piss me off. Hey, what is she saying? Maybe she's saying something important. If you want such a prestigious award, why would he just leave it on the couch? You'd think you want to show this thing off more than the giant steel samurai. This is the King of Prosecutor Awards, right? Yeah, I don't understand why Edgeworth has a steel samurai in his office. Is he a fan? Of course it is, you know that. I saw something today that looked like this somewhere. Something that looked like that? The only different now. Where was it? She's right, something amiss here. Maybe I should show Edgeworth that item. Well, if I show him the prosecution award, he just says the same thing he did the first time I showed him this award, and if I show him the picture, which I just fucking did, then he prompts me to ask him about the origin of the word contradiction in Chinese. Which I already fucking did that. This is the one. We did it. I don't need to learn any more Chinese history. Straight up, have nowhere else to go, nothing to do. I can fucking ask Maya about shit. Seems like everything is somehow related to this incident. What was it labeled again? I had it already. What about the picture? Nothing. Nothing fucking new. Did I soft lock the game somehow? What did I fucking do? What did I do differently than I did last time? I can't move to any other place from this one. I'm supposed to talk to Gumshoe. I'm supposed to show him something. But fucking hell, there's nothing to show him. Maybe if I like look at the statue, I'll notice something different about it than last time. Hey, check it out, there's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. On Karma. Guess he must be a foreigner. That's probably it. Well, whatever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Foreign Karma sometime. She says his name does have a ring to it. Now, we're not gonna bring up how Neil Marshall is probably listed on it. Whoa, what the fuck? It's like the award's moving on its own. I'm not touching the controller. No, you know what I'm doing right now? Check it out. See, it moved a little bit. All I'm doing is touching the analog stick. I'm not even moving it. I'm touching it. Now I'm moving it. Now I'm just touching it. The analog stick is this fucking sensitive? Jesus Christ, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Guess I could change the dead zone of the settings. Actually, I doubt this game has settings for the dead zone of my analog sticks. Not that it ever fucking mattered to me. Whenever I have a game that kinda has wonky or strange controls, I just kinda get used to them. I'm just like, if that's the way people who made it intended me to play the game, and that's how I'm gonna play it. Well, this is fucking garbage. Can't read those names. I must be going blind. What about this plaque? There's nothing on it. It's like a single piece of evidence that's like, I don't know, it's something I haven't really looked at. Edgeworth, like his usual killing spree. I gotta say, this knife has a horrible fucking handle. It looks like it's made of candy. So shiny and fucking plastic looking. This knife looks like garbage. The other knife we had in our list of evidence, the switchblade, looks much fucking sturdier. Ironically. I got this drink here, by the way. It's a Level Up Zero Mandarin flavored energy drink. The Level Up drinks, I don't really drink them all that often, but they're not the worst. Also, I saw a bunch of other different fucking drinks that I never had before at this grocery store on my way from work. So I gotta check them out at some point. I'm looking this up. Where's my phone? Always out of reach. Oh, it's cold in my room. I've been fucking keeping the windows open, but it's not fucking hot outside. Phoenix. Not Joaquin Phoenix. Walkthrough. What's the game FAQ walkthrough? That one was nice. Ah, fucking hell. Wait, what? What's the walkthrough? Oh, for fuck's sake. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. When was it written? 2007. Damn it, if it's... Oh my god, this is the worst fucking walkthrough I've ever seen. How about the true achievements? Fucking get out of here. It's fucking so annoying. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney episode 5. Day 3 investigation. Detention center, talk to Lana. Police department, talk to Marshall. Chief's office, Gant, added to the court record. Criminal affairs, talk to Gumshoe. High prosecutor's office, talk to Edgeworth. Oh, I see. I fucking completely missed that. My fucking bad. And now that I think about it, I was actually thinking about it. Now when I think about it, during the last episode when I was talking to Edgeworth, I thought about... Moved to the wrong fucking place. I was thinking about that, but then I forgot to do it. And what I was thinking about is that when we entered the room, there was just a piece of paper on the ground that Edgeworth threw on the ground. But you know, this is fucking stupid. Edgeworth's covering it up. I assume they have nothing more to examine in his stupid office. Alright, the fucking crucial piece of paper. Let me look it up real quick just to... Alright, so we just gotta present Gumshoe with that piece of paper, and he will let us in, and we can progress the game. Let me fucking sit back where I should be sitting, meaning middle of my fucking couch. Wonder what he was writing before. Writing. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. See, are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. I'll just say that I want to suck his dick and get under his desk, pick up the paper while I have my mouth full. There you go. Just distract him, I'll check it out. Oh, Edgeworth. Wanna fuck? But you never say. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on, first let me see what the girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even fucking look. What? Letter of... racism? If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean. I'm tired, right? Who I truly wanted to be was a hot dog vendor like Larry. Never wanted to be a prosecutor. He's the one who wanted to be a prosecutor, but pursued the life of hot dogs instead. Just like you meant to be a prosecutor and I meant to be a lawyer and Larry meant to be a hot dog seller or some shit. I feel as if something inside me has died. Your battery? Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. Also, my pay is kinda shit for a prosecutor and how much education I had to go through. So I say fuck this shit. This is way too much shit to deal with for such a shitty pay. I'm quitting. That's usually the reason why people quit the job. There's no sentimental bullshit like, I can't take this anymore. I've suffered so much. It's like, nah, I don't get paid enough for doing this shit. I quit. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Letter of resignation, put into pocket. Put it up my ass. Alright, see ya, fella. Check this out, Edgeworth's quitting his job. You don't care? Alright. Sorry about that. I bet Gumshoe really cares. Mr. Gumshoe, look at this shit. What's this piece of garbage? No way, Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? Can't believe they pushed him this far. Maybe he'll be promoted to the chief of prosecutors, since Lana probably will have to resign after being involved in a murder. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. Even though I believe that Goodman was already dead when Lana was stabbing him, she's still a perpetrator in a murder, so I think she's gonna go to jail anyway. When I first met him, I thought he was a cool as ice. But I know difference now. I trust those detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we just fucked it up like always. Betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. I don't care. You can't do this. If someone finds out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective, thank you. Seems like after this game, everyone's gonna lose their job and they're gonna have to find new ones. You know what, right before I recorded this video, I was actually playing a little bit of Yakuza 8. Because yesterday, I was going through a dungeon, and you cannot save while in a dungeon. But it got pretty late, and I was like halfway through it. So what I did is I just simply put PlayStation 5 into rest mode. And then I just simply fucking finished it up after I came back from work. Also, I found out that apparently my PS5 has a number of which PS5 it is produced. And it's the 977th PS5 produced. So, I got under 1,000. That's pretty cool. Do you think somebody who actually owns the first PlayStation, probably, I don't know, sits at Sony's offices or something? You know what I would love to fucking own one day? The developer's kit PS5, because it looks so much fucking goofier than the actual one. PS5 is fucking ridiculously huge, and the design is so fucking stupid. It's honestly a miracle I found any fucking reasonable place to put it in my room. Whoever designed it, I don't know, I think he was feeling really fancy that day. He was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna design a really fitting into everyone's rooms console. I'm gonna design something so fucking stupid and outlandish looking that it's gonna stand out no matter what kind of a room you got going on. I love the PS4's design. It's a black rectangle with like a curve, right? Not a curve, like at an angle. It's like a trapezoid when you look at it from a side. If you get two PS4s, you can stack one on top of the other, and they kind of make like a slope. And the PlayStation 4 Slim is so fucking nice. It's like completely doesn't stand out. Like it's sitting in my sister's room currently, the PS4 I owned and used to record Let's Plays from. And it's nice, it looks very nice, you know what I'm saying? PS5, meanwhile, it just looks absolutely fucking redonkulous, huge as fuck. It's like fucking 6 times bigger than that console. It looks ridiculous. And apparently, PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out this year. And a while back, there was a different model PlayStation 5 that came out. And it wasn't like a better one or a PlayStation 5 Slim or anything. It was just like a different looking PlayStation 5, and it was a very slight difference too. It's like a little strip going through the middle of it, and those big fucking sticking out like garbage white panels that the PS5 got going on are very I think are slightly different curved and are smaller. So I wouldn't really say that the new one that they introduced looks any better, but Yeah, whatever. Also, you know, another thing I'm kind of disappointed with? How PlayStation's not going all out with, like, new PlayStation 5 controllers. There's the PlayStation 5 controller Pro or whatever, the one that you can customize, but it's ridiculously expensive for a controller that I'm not even gonna customize all that much, because I think it's meant for, like, MMOs or some shit. Or you can put a bunch of additional buttons on it. I don't fucking need that. When I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4 on my PC, I was using an Xbox Series X controller, and those actually have buttons on the back. So that was the first time I ever had a controller with buttons on the back, and I gotta say, that's kind of cool actually. One of them was responsible for handbrake, and the other one broke the camera somehow. Or the camera would just like look up if I pressed the button. I don't know what the fuck, but that's what it would do. And when I go to a store and I see all these like different PlayStation 5 controllers, they have these color variation, but they're all fucking garbage. They're such non-offensive tones of these colors that they look fucking shitty as fuck. The purple one's kinda nice, but that's about it. The other ones are garbage. You know what's the best looking PlayStation 5 controller right now? The Final Fantasy 16 Special Edition something. There was like a big box that came with a Final Fantasy themed PlayStation 5 controller, and it's like all black and has this like golden artwork on it, and it looks fucking awesome. But it's expensive as fuck. Another one that looks cool is Hogwarts Legacy controller. Just kind of like a dark blue controller with like a little Hogwarts drawn on one of the handles. It's pretty cool. I don't fucking need to buy a new one though. And it's probably gonna be ages before they introduce third-party controllers. It's probably never gonna happen at this point. You know, because you know, I had a problem with PlayStation 4 because during my PlayStation 3 era, I kind of separate my life into which PlayStation I was using at the time. So during my PlayStation 3 era, I had a lot of like... Well, not a lot. Let me take it even further back during the PlayStation 2 era. It's funny because I got in the PS1 when I was like 3 years old, so you could say I was using PlayStation since I was fucking born, almost. Can't imagine a time in my life where I was not playing video games, to be honest. And during the PS2, I had like a fucking huge ton of like bootleg, third-party, really shitty PlayStation 2 controllers. I pretty much at some point didn't own any fucking original PlayStation 2 controllers. I just had a whole bag of these bootleg ones. And I think one of them worked properly, while the rest always had like a gimmick. Like this one had something where this analog didn't work, the other one had something where the shoulder buttons wouldn't work. So they were all very situational. Like in case I was playing a game that doesn't require shoulder buttons, then I would use this controller. But if I was playing a game that required shoulder buttons, then I would play the controller with the broken analog. But if I needed a controller that just simply worked, then I had the one that I was using. So that was kind of funny. I had this really ridiculous looking PS2 controller that was like insanely small. And it was fucking Star Wars prequel themed with Yoda on it. Like a drawing of Yoda. And when you plugged it in, Yoda would lit up green. And it was like fucking twice as small as the normal PS2 controller. Probably currently, if I held it in my hands, I wouldn't be even able to use it because it'd be so small. My hands would be too fucking big. Back then I was just a little kid, so my hands were probably fine for it, but now it fucking wouldn't work, man. And during PS3, I had a couple, maybe 2 or 3 third-party controllers, and those were meant for when my friends come over. Because I wouldn't be using them very often. Because if I did use them very often, they would probably very easily just break. If I was fucking playing the fuck out of Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer. Fucking people up. That game kinda had a resurgence a little bit. Because I saw a lot of like new videos being uploaded of people playing Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer. I don't know, I guess people who got bored of Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer, wanted some new experience, so they went back to 4. I probably spent more time in Grand Theft Auto 4's multiplayer than I did in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I spent a lot of time in Grand Theft Auto Online, but that was on PS3. On PS4, where all the really important updates started coming out, I didn't really bother anymore. Kinda got bored of it. Since on PS3 I had a friend I could actually play Grand Theft Auto Online with, but on PS4, well, I got a PS4 and he didn't, so couldn't really play it with anyone anymore. And playing it with randoms, I would always get assigned to some Spanish people, so Spanish-speaking people, so fuck if I know what they were saying. And on PS4, they pretty much had no third-party controllers. And it really bothered me, because that meant I had to buy an official first-party controller in case I want a friend to come over and we could play games together. And that's really expensive for a secondary controller that I would only occasionally use. And I did only got one, like a red one, because it looked that cool. And see, the PS4 controller color variations had really deep, cool looking colors, but the PS5 ones have like these really shitty ones. They just look fucking shit. The color variations of the PS5 controller. I think the black one and the white one are the best ones that are available easily. Because I mentioned how there's these two Hogwarts Legacy and Final Fantasy 16 ones that look fucking awesome, but they're really hard to get. And I guess you could get some kind of custom controller too, but that's probably even more expensive and stupid. Whenever you buy a custom controller, they always have an option to replace the face buttons with bullets. Now who the fuck would want that? That looks stupid as fuck. Bullets. Are you fucking an edgelord or some shit? Are you an edgeworth? Oh yeah, I am playing Phoenix Wright. I forgot about it for a second. Alright, Gumshoe's idea. Police Department ID card allows access to areas of the PD open to detectives. Let me share a little advice. Alright, we can now move back to the Chief's office. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's office. One last thing I have to say about these PlayStation controllers is that... Actually, I have a couple more things to say about them. How long is this episode? Fuck it, I'll be talking about PlayStation controllers now. I never owned the original PS1 PlayStation controller. When I got my PS1 back in 2003, it was already the one with 2 analog sticks. And I was playing the fuck out of Crash Bandicoot 2. As a little kid. That introduced me to games. That still, to this day, is one of my favorite games of all time. I only beat it a couple of times 100%. Beating it, I beat it a fucking million times. But 100%, I only bothered like maybe 3 times. I don't know, maybe I will bother again at some point. I might. And what else? I already said how on PS2 I only had... I don't know even what the fuck happened to my PS2 controllers, the original ones, but they were quickly replaced by a bunch of bootleg ones. On PS3, I had an original PS3 controller, the Saxy, which was later replaced by the DualShock 3. But yeah, I had the Saxy controller. And that one, I was one time sick, and my mom tried to give me like a ball full of water with salt for me to put my feet into it. That was meant to cure me. Kind of weird thing. And I somehow, while playing the Fallout New Vegas, I think, dropped my Saxy controller into the ball, and it was just fucking broken beyond repair. Not only did I drop it into water, I dropped it into water with salt. So that's great. And I'm not sure if the controller I own currently, which is a white PS3 controller, it shows with age because the shade of white slowly becomes a little bit yellow. And I'm not sure if it's the Saxy, just white colored, or if it's DualShock 3. I think it's actually DualShock 3. And all my friends always made fun of it, that it's just covered in cum. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, isn't it? Now PS4, I had, the original black PS4 controller, and then later a red one, which I think they both kind of have some drifting issues at this point, but they're not very noticeable, so it's not that big of a deal. Plus, I fucking love the PS4 controller. It was such a great step in the right direction to me because the fucking PS1, 2, and 3 controllers all look the same. They were like, if it works, don't fix it. And they were finally like, alright, it's a little bit outdated at this point. We should probably get it to look modern. If we release the same fucking controller again, it will be a joke. And yeah, they fucking did a great job. And people complain about the battery life of PS4 controllers, but I never had a problem with it. Plus, the light on the back, I really liked it actually. It like would light up my room in the dark, and it would kind of make it very atmospheric. And the PS5 controller has these two lit up strips. Not doesn't have a big fucking light on the back of it. And I guess it's fine. But I don't know. The PS5 controller just looks so standard. Doesn't look fucking, I don't know, all that impressive. It is impressive inside with special fucking triggers and stuff and like that doesn't get used very much in games. Actually, Yakuza 8 was using a little bit of it, but not very often. Only some things occasionally make your analog kind of harder to press. In Borderlands 3 on the PS5, when you're using a revolver, you have to press really hard on the analog to pull the trigger, mimicking an actual revolver. And then when I was fighting a raid boss using a legendary revolver, I straight up my fucking finger hurt after the fight. It's ridiculous. I want to replay Borderlands 3 on the PS5. That will be fun. That game is great. I love that game. And yeah, I still have the PS4 controllers. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The cool thing about the PS5 is that you can actually use PS4 controllers on it, unlike on PS4 where you cannot use. On PS4 you can only use PS4 controllers. You cannot use a PS5 controller on the PS4, and you cannot use a PS3 controller on the PS4, which was a big disappointment to me when PS4 came out, because that meant I only have one controller now, and I can't play games with my friends unless I buy another fucking first-party controller, which kinda sucked. But on the PS5, I technically own 3 controllers for it now, because I got the PS5 controller and 2 PS4 controllers. So if I'm playing a PS4 game that has 3-player co-op, or just simply supports 3 players, I can play it no problem. And it's great. It's a great solution. And the fact that games carried over from PS4 to 5 is fucking amazing, because for some dumbass inexplicable reason that people seem to forget, games didn't carry over from PS3 to PS4, meaning if you had a big library of games on PS3, that library went out the window when you bought a PS4. And that was a huge fucking deal breaker for me. I mean, deal breaker, I still bought it, but I was really fucking upset when I heard about that. I was like, what the fuck you mean? I can't finish up all the games I started and didn't finish on PS3 on my PS4? Even when the original PS3 came out, the original model, it did play PS2 games and PS1 games. Later models of PS3 actually removed that feature. That's why the original models of PS3, the ones that also supported 4 analog inputs, I mean USB inputs, are really rare and kind of fucking expensive. Here goes Mr. Wright. I think the fucking episode should be over. I was talking about fucking PlayStation controllers. I should fucking start a podcast instead of going on rants during the Let's Plays. We're in. If anyone finds us now, we're fucking dead. See you fellas in the next episode.